I love you, Red.
I love too. Well, I love too. I love too.
Express your feelings with personalized M&M's chocolate candies. Go to mymms.com/Valentine. Choose your favorite colors, then add a special photo and a message to create a one-of-a-kind gift. Visit mymms.com/Valentine and get 15% off the perfect gift.
I love as well also.
Ay, caramba!
Idly hope. Excellent.
If anyone wants me, I'll be in my room.
Hello, I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. Say, have you ever wanted to see a Loud House episode that's so predictable and so hypocritical that you could just shy away and not give a shit about it? And there was so much of a huge big missed opportunity with an episode called Predictability. And ironically, Lincoln shouldn't be the only one who actually got so predictable with his little morning routines or what he wears. I think much of his sisters should have actually got some of the piece of that cake too. And somewhat they got it in Force of Habits, 4th episode from season 7, and likely above all, the 299th episode. Hear that? 299. And the next episode that came after this one, that one came to 300 episode, and I'm gonna wait to do that for March. Shit, if you think Lincoln's habits were so much annoying, take a look at all the sisters that he's living with that have annoying habits. Remember the episode Under Pressure? Once again, the sisters are being hypocrites. I'm so glad none of my Loud House Critic members have so much bad annoying habits, especially when I got 2 of them here today. Behind curtain number 1.
Oh, it's always great to be back here like usual, Loud House Critic. For Force of Habits from Season 7 of The Loud House, I had first heard some bad things about this episode when it first came out on TV, like being Season 7's take on the Season 6 Loud House episode The Taunting Hour, the roles of Lori, Leni, and Luna, or overall just being another example of the Loud family not being able to handle negative feedback as shown in previous Loud House episodes like in No Laughing Matter, Much Ado About Noshing, and even The Taunting Hour as mentioned before. Though when I watched Force of Habits myself, I actually didn't think that it was entirely bad nor just as awful as The Taunting Hour, to be honest, since the episode did have its good moments at times and was even more watchable than The Taunting Hour most of the time, to be fair. But still, it's not one of my favorite Loud House episodes though. But anyway, let's get reviewing and see if we ourselves might end up revealing our own habits that we have at times in our lives.
And behind curtain number 2.
Greetings everyone, this is STEAMTEAMDUBREUK, CC Trainer Ling, and I have once again returned to the Loud House Critics channel to review yet another episode. Force of Habits, one of the first episodes to be released for Season 7, and it made quite the conversation when it first premiered. It certainly generated a lot of talking when I first reviewed it back in the summer of 2023. So how good was it? How bad was it? Did I change my opinion for the better or for the worse now that I'm reviewing it again many months later? We shall see. So if everyone's ready, let's get right into it.
Well, I'm so glad that it's just 3 of us, especially when this happened to do with Leni, Luna, and Lori. So much likely, Vampirefan, you're gonna actually do Lori's subplot whenever she's on screen. STEAMTEAMWK, you're gonna do Luna when she's on camera. And with me, likely, with Leni.
Lori!
My Lori Lou is home for the weekend. I'm so happy.
Help me!
I love Lori. I love how she just said that.
Help me!
Catherine knows how to make Lori so funny and so cute at the same time. She sounds like she's a desperate fly to get out of a spider web.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me!
God damn, dude, you're still clinging on to Lori like a crazy person after all this time? Let me guess, you're going to latch onto her car when she leaves to go back to college at the end of the weekend? It would not surprise me at all if that's what he does every single time she visits.
Lori, I'm never letting you go, Lori.
I'm not gonna question that kind of cartoon logic of how that shit actually works. But I've seen it several times while someone doesn't even open their eyes clear enough to see. But I'm pretty sure Aladdin would explain how he does it.
My guess on why Lin Sr. is always crying with tears of joy whenever he sees Lori from college or when Lori is home from college is due to empty nest syndrome, in which empty nest syndrome is basically when a parent breaks down as his or her child moves away from home when it's time for the child to live on his or her own.
But let's see what Lori's doing home.
What are you doing home? Bobby is literally meeting with a new produce vendor tomorrow, so I promised I'd go with him. We have a dinner date tonight. And speaking of dates, were you just out with Gavin again?
I think they actually made that official. And let's hope it stays official of those two being couples. Not like those other bullshit crushes that she had in the past that never even actually date, not once. How she goes from dating from someone in Royal Woods, from someone from Scotland, and dating to someone in Royal Woods again. Seriously, this girl needs to stop trying to find boys she needs to get laid with. Be lucky this didn't turn into a love hexagon, otherwise, this would have been a real fivesome.
Laurie.
This family keeps getting weirder.
No kidding, Todd. Not only can the Loud family be weird at times, but the show has actually gotten weirder at times too. Blinded by science, anyone? Though I have gotten used to the wacky tone in the Loud House as of now, such as with Haunted House Call, Ghost, or any other Loud House episode with the wacky tone at times now, to be honest. Or not, I could be wrong.
I thought I heard a Lori squeal. Welcome home, Dudette. Leni, how was your date with the Gav man?
Ah, see what Luna's doing right there? That's going to be important later on.
Now here's the threesome. But don't take that in a sexual way. I mean the actual three main characters of this episode.
You guys, Gavin is totes awesome.
I bet he is.
Today we went roller skating. We have such a good time together. It's just
what? I'm feeling a downside to this.
Well, he has this one annoying habit.
Log those two words away for now, because when we get there, it's gonna make a whole lot of common sense for you to be smart with this episode and not be blind of what you see and hear. Okay, I'm gonna admit, that is really annoying. This is gonna sound stupid because this girl actually did it before.
Huh? What a cute laugh.
Oh no, I hate my laugh.
It's annoying, but it's also cute at the same time. But I still hate that movie.
How do you guys deal with Bobby and Sam's annoying habits?
Bobby doesn't have any annoying habits. He's literally perfect.
Sam, too.
Yeah, sound off. Fuck you! Nobody's perfect.
Bobby having no annoying habits and being perfect as well too? Might want to think about that again later on, Lori.
Wait, they're saying after all the months and or years they've been dating, Lori and Luna can't find a single annoying thing about Sam and Bobby? Yeah, no, I call bullcrap on that. If you've been dating someone for that long and you can't find anything that annoys you about them in the slightest, that is not a good sign.
Sorry we can't help you, sis.
That's okay. I'll go to my usual place for answers to life's most serious questions. 16 and a half magazine.
Shit, they still make those after all these seasons have come and go and they never brought this magazine back up? Wow, I guess they must have really forgot so much the aspect of what the Loud House was meant to be.
Thanks for meeting me this weekend, babe. It's great to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you too.
I'm with my girlfriend, out to dinner, looking at the menu. Crepe Suiza is the winner.
Beautiful. And you'll keep your part of the bargain? A deal's a deal. He can stop now. Not on your life.
Huh. Have you always broken into song for no reason? I'm surprised I never noticed before.
Yes, indeed. How could you not even notice that he actually breaks into song? And when has this ever become his habit? Because I don't remember actually hearing Bobby sing ever to you when you two are hanging out, especially when it came to Misconnection. But I gotta admit, he's got a great singing voice. He ought to be on American Idol. I'm so sorry to drop in, Vampirefan. I just had to say something about this scene.
Not gonna lie, but Bobby breaking into song as he sings about what he does is actually a nice homage to his voice actor Carlos Penavega being a singer himself in real life, especially with his involvement with Big Time Rush back in 2009.
We're learning about each other all the time. Now you know I'm good at rhymes.
Bobby breaking into song whenever he sings about what he does makes me think that Bobby should star in a musical one day in his later years.
What do I want? Popcorn? No, a hot dog. No, wait, gummy worms. Sam, the movie's about to start.
I'm so sorry to drop in once more again about the STEAMTWK, but Sam actually having this kind of annoying habit, this has never actually been addressed. And since when have all these unexpected habits actually occurred to these characters when they never had them in the first place to begin with? This is just so randomly, oddly confusing enough that none of these characters ever had this kind of annoying habit before, and why have it now? I'm sorry, I'll get going.
Okay, gummy worms it is. Phew. I'll take a pretzel instead. No, caramel popcorn.
My God, are you still talking?
Sorry, movie started. You can't go in. Next show's in 2 hours.
That gives me time to go back for the gummy worms instead.
Survey says
you're doing great, vagina.
I'm sorry, but what rule says you're not allowed to enter a theater once the movie starts playing and you have to wait until the next showing to go inside? I have never seen that rule enforced by anyone at any theater I've been to. I guess that means you can't get up and go to the bathroom while the movie is playing either. What a stupid rule.
So if Leni being at home actually putting makeup on Tanya, why the hell is she even still around as Lori and Luna come back home? If you don't mind me asking, how were your dates?
Literally awful. Did you guys ever notice that Bobby sings everything he does?
Nobody who's watching the show didn't even notice that. And how could you not have noticed that either? Because I don't know how long you two have been together, but I can assure you weren't paying so much attention to him. As I said before, nobody's fucking perfect. Clearly everybody has their own flaws, even rich white people.
Sam's even worse. She can't make up her mind. It took her 15 minutes to pick a seat on the bus. By the time she sat down, we'd arrived at our stop.
God damn!
Those sound like annoying habits to me.
Sure, rub it in.
But don't worry, 16 and a Half magazine didn't let me down tonight. Listen, your partner is a work in progress. If they have annoying habits, it's up to you to help get rid of them and make your partner more fabulous.
That's the gayest shit I ever heard.
Is that even in the magazine, or did you just go with the script of this episode? Because the magazine seems to write themselves. And the trio decide to make this happen, and what can possibly go wrong about this? Oh, I'm praying that the worst will actually come to these three. Because this episode feels like it's the pot calling the kettle black. No more than a crock pot calling the frying pan Jewish.
Ha! That's funny, Jack!
I snort laugh? I didn't realize I did that.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
How embarrassing.
Oh, don't be embarrassed.
Well, you should be.
I'm only pointing it out so you can fix it and be more fabulous.
That is my simple request. All things fabulous, bigger and better and best.
Thanks, Leni. I appreciate that. I promise I will spaghetti better. See? Oh.
Shit, this guy's got it in for pasta or Italian food. Hell, and I like Italian food myself.
I even made the famous Leaning Tower fall.
But who is with me through it all? Nobody!
I had no idea my indecisiveness was so bad. I'm definitely going to work on it. Or maybe I'll see a therapist. Or should I journal? Oops, I'm doing it again.
Ay vey.
But you caught it! You're already more fabulous!
Aw, Sam kissing Luna, that's so adorable. It was like she was returning the favor when Luna kissed her back in Perfect Gig. Talk about long-term storytelling.
I'm not gonna fucking lie to everybody out there. I used to hate these two when it came to Else for Love, but as soon as I kept reviewing more episodes that have them in it, I grow to love these two. Not gonna lie, I think they're officially a couple, and one of my top 3 favorite love couples of the Loud House. And as I stated before, I actually love the character Sam. So sorry, Steam UK, I didn't mean to drop in on this one. I just wanted to say something so bad about Sam and Luna's relationship. And I think I just appreciate them more as a couple.
And will we ever end up together?
Wow. Most times I don't even know I'm singing. Singing.
That's why you're so lucky to have me. I can point these things out and help make you more fabulous.
Thanks, babe.
Lori being lucky to have Bobby as her boyfriend is actually making me think of this one song by Jason Mraz and Colby Calais song known as Lucky from 2009. Really great song to listen to on romance, love, or dating.
We were literally amazing today.
Look at this. Not only is Lori home from school, but my 3 oldest kids are hanging out together.
Okay, they need to take this guy straight out of this episode because there's no need for him to be there. And you consider all 3 of your older sisters here? What about Luann? She's an older sister. Which also reminds me, if this episode was to be centered on Luann Loud, it would exactly work because we already know what her super annoying habit is. As if I need to remind everybody of who doesn't need to be with her every time she takes stage center in an episode. And I'm pretty sure Benny doesn't even have an annoying habit himself.
No better way to celebrate than with Dad's tear-soaked red velvet cake.
Hold on, I totes need to post this on SwiftyPic.
And now that we've fixed our partner's annoying habits, we can start planning a triple date to Dairyland!
I do love red velvet cake, especially after seeing the movie Happy Death Day.
Not gonna lie, but I've been wanting to see something like this for a long time. I just never imagined Leni being part of it though. I always envisioned Luann and Benny being in place of Leni and Gavin, but either way, it's still nice to finally see an on-screen triple date with the Loud sisters after 7 seasons.
Although Lori, Leni, and Luna have all managed to convince their dates to stop doing their annoying habits, something tells me that it just might end up coming back to get the 3 Loud sisters later on in this episode.
I felt like this bit is actually going to turn the tables on them, especially when we already know what their annoying habits were since season 1. Was it clearly obvious not to forget? I hope fucking not.
Hold on, everyone. Before we go in, I need a photo for SwiftyPic.
And moving right along.
Wait for me, I have to post this. Posted.
Well, there's another habit of Leni's that never went away since we saw this since when making the case, I believe. And I used to think that was Lisa's habit.
Survey says...
You're a fucking dumbass!
I literally haven't hit 1 bottle. This game is literally impossible.
I'm not one to brag, but my dick's not as shy as I am. I don't show this to everybody, but since y'all so glad to see me and all, feast your eyes on this.
Holy shit.
Babe, I was thinking about that great thing you said yesterday.
Ooh, which one?
About me being more fabulous. I really appreciated it. In fact, I want to make you more fabulous too.
My tenders.
Whenever someone gets hit in the groin, for example, it keeps making me think of this one line from David Spade's character in the 1995 Peter Segal movie Tommy Boy. That will ruin his weekend.
You use the word literally all the time, even when it doesn't make any sense.
I did not realize that.
Keep your temper.
Thanks for pointing it out. I will I will be better about not using that word from now on.
Yeah, who's the homo now? Not gonna lie right there, but I actually agree with Bobby on how Lori keeps using the word literally in most of her sentences throughout the whole show, as when people keep using that word in real life, other people won't know if you're actually being metaphorical or serious instead. It's even about damn time that the show itself actually called out on Lori's overuse of the word literally ever since the first episode of this show.
Hold on! I need to post a pic of our candy apples on SwiftyPic.
Those are some of the things I love so much when I go to a carnival or amusement park, along with elephant ears.
Cotton candy? Oh, yum-de-dum!
You know, Leni, I really appreciated you pointing out my snort yesterday. You were really helpful, so I want to help you be more fabulous too.
Uh-oh, here's the part where they slam the door right in your face.
I suppose that's okay.
I just noticed that you take selfies all the time and never live in the moment. You might want to put the camera away for a day.
Not to mention how she walks and bumps into the walls and always says like. Normally I never saw Leni actually do this so many times back in season 1, 2, or 3, But someone they managed to bring it up because, you know, bullshit excuse. They decided to give her a new annoying habit instead of using an old annoying habit, like with Luna and Lori.
Oh, I was just trying to capture some lifelong memories. But totes awesome advice. Thank you.
Well, I think that went well since you can actually put the phone in your pocket for once and not have it all of the time, and maybe your mind wouldn't rot so much bad. That's scary as fuck!
See what Leni's doing right there? That's going to be important later on.
I'm gonna go lock myself in Lisa's bunker and never come out of there until it's Sunday. Whoever knew that Leni could be this terrifying as Lola? Because usually Leni is the opposite of Lola.
And I crap my pants.
So I was thinking that I want to help you be more fabulous too, by stopping you from doing this all the time.
What? You don't love being here with me, Whiskers?
Call me Whiskers again and I'll jam that bottle down your throat.
Kinky. Come on, keep talking dirty.
Get the out of here!
Just throwing it out there, but all the way back in Undie Pressure, Luna's annoying habit was constantly talking with a British accent. Yeah, it may seem like a small thing to bring up, but is this air drumming thing she's been doing in the episode a retcon from season 1? Then again, how often has this habit ever been shown in episodes prior to this one? Maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe I'm not, but it's whatever at this point.
Today's been so fun!
Yeah, it was a cool idea to do a triple date.
Especially at Dairyland.
The look on Lori, it looks like she's getting ready to murder someone. It's like she hasn't even known that she had an annoying habit herself. As if that hasn't been addressed to her or anyone else in that studio.
Wait! Leni, you haven't posted a pic of your lunch yet.
Oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Some people think I don't live in the moment enough, even though those people should know I already live in Royal Woods.
What did you say to her now?
Don't make me smack fire out your ass. Stand back.
Wait, are you mad about what I said?
Why would I be mad?
Because you rarely get mad at all, Leni. And if this was Lola in her position, I can't even fucking imagine about what she'd be doing to her date. Then again, maybe I just don't want to after all.
Burn it. Like fire, hellfire.
Here, Luna, I saved you 2 breadsticks for your drum solo.
No thanks. Some people think it'd be better if I limited my musical solos to moon goat shows.
Wait, was that a dig at me?
Survey says...
What the hell is the matter with you people? You've caused more damage than that goddamn thing did!
No, a dig would be telling someone they say literally all the time.
And that's bad? Because the way you three are acting, you guys are acting a bit sour and hypocritical. Like you guys think you're so fucking perfect, and yet you guys had the nerve to actually tell Lincoln how annoying he is. It's like you guys can't take criticism or take a fucking joke for that matter.
Some people have suggested as much to me.
Seriously, babe?
Oops, I'm sorry. Did I say the word again? I guess I'm literally out of control.
Well, I would have put a stop after that. Because honestly, she can be out of her fucking mind.
If that rooster never crows!
You're mad!
Literally. Literally, and post, and post.
Oh, now you three are just being crazy. Somebody gonna get me 3 stage jackets because I'm fitting to dump all these 3 motherfuckers in asylum.
Well, this triple date certainly went from 0 to 100 pretty damn fast.
You know, Luann took it a little different how she did it in No Laughing Matter, but the way these 3 are doing it, it's like they're making a big fucking damn deal out of it. They're acting like such a tyrant Democrat.
How come it's okay for you guys to point out our annoying habits, but when we point out yours, you get mad?
Don't you dare judge me!
You want some of this? Hey, look, you didn't mean anything. What are you, his bitch?
Because you only did it to get back at us.
No, we didn't.
We were really just trying to be helpful, like you were with us.
Yeah, right!
You know, when watching this episode, did anyone ever stop to think that there are a couple of vibes from the Taunting Hour that's actually in this, considering how the Louds can't take criticism? I feel like they're such an insecure and sensitive family. Kind of like the person who wrote the Taunting Hour, and No Laughing Matter.
You know what? I don't think I want to be on this date anymore.
Me neither.
I'm with you guys. Come on.
I wouldn't want to be on that date either if I was dealing with someone like those three. Shit, you think it's all fun and games to point out someone else's annoying feature habits, but when they do it onto you, you guys piss and moan like a 7-year-old losing to a video game that he's been playing all fucking day? Then again, that's like the Phantom bitching and moaning when things don't go their way. They can't use common sense of research on certain subjects they're talking about.
You know what? I don't think I want to be on this date anymore.
Me neither.
I'm with you guys. Come on.
No, you guys, wait. Because we are literally leaving first!
Well, that was a disaster.
Holy freaking God, talk about being overly sensitive and hypocritical. The sisters had no problem laying it on thick when pointing out and wanting to fix the annoying habits of their dates, but the second their dates do and say the exact same thing, suddenly their world explodes and they can't take what they had no problem dishing out. I'm getting those weird House of Lies vibes from watching this, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Well, looks like I know what the word of the day is for this Season 7 Loud House episode. That's HYPOCRISY. Hypocrisy.
So the older tyrants have never left Dairyland and decided to go on a little cheese ride, as if things couldn't matter as anybody going, wee dee 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 wee fuck you.
Boy, they had a lot of nerve.
They don't even realize how hurtful they were being.
Though, now that I think about it, if what they said to us was hurtful, maybe what we said to them was hurtful too.
You think, Lori? Then maybe you, Leni, and Luna all shouldn't have been so hypocritical to your dates in the first place if you all now realize that pointing out your date's annoying habits was coming to bite you three back later on in this episode. Do I sense a be yourself moral in this episode, or is it just me instead?
Oh, gosh, you're right! We never should have pointed out their annoying habits in the first place. Which means 16½ magazine was wrong.
Survey says...
Shit! Nice cupcake! Nice fucking hips as well. Everyone's talking about Chica, how she's different now. Because the internet's not going to go crazy over that design.
Seriously, what is it with women in magazines? It's not going to help them find love. And I used to think kissing a girl upside down was such a romantic way to do it.
Oh, I'm gonna need a moment.
You're right, dudes. If you care about someone, you gotta learn to accept them for who they are. I should have known. That's the lyrics to so many songs.
Yeah, see, maybe this is why you shouldn't always take advice from magazines. Or maybe realize fixing someone's flaws applies to both people in a relationship. Then again, I think the sisters need to work on more than just mere annoying habits. They need to work on their emotional security when being confronted about said habits, seeing how quickly they lost their cool compared to their dates. It kinda tells you who's the more mature one in these relationships now, doesn't it?
So before the three trio of hypocrites can actually go and apologize to their dates, they end up getting stuck on the ride, and it turns out that their three dates are actually stuck on the same ride too. Who'd have seen that coming?
Bobby, Gavin, Sam, we're sorry for acting like such jerks.
Not to mention hippo-cereal. That's hypocritical, you idiot.
We were so focused on your negatives that we lost sight of all your positives.
Yeah, you dudes are already fabulous, and it was wrong to try and change you.
You three loud sisters were all so focused on your date's negatives that you three had also forgotten about your date's positives? Aha! I knew that this episode was going to have a be yourself moral in the end of this episode after all. Did I?
It's okay, babe.
We forgive you.
Yeah, let's get back to our triple date.
But how can we do that if the boats aren't moving?
I know. Paddle.
I missed you.
Ah, nothing says romantic reconciliation like bringing two random strangers into the middle of it. Very literally, mind you.
Cheesy.
Oops. Sorry.
Don't be. That's what makes you, you.
Whatever it is, it's brought happiness to the faces of millions. And it's kept the tops of my toes warm through many a lonely winter.
I've got cheese in my underwear. How will I ever get it out of there?
And you know, if Bobby were to actually sing while being in a river of cheese, he'd probably be singing this to Lori. You know, babe, I wouldn't suck your titties if they were covered in cheese and could cure breast cancer. Also, I got a big dick. Forget Bobby.
Dude, that's rad! Sing it again! I've got cheese in my underwear. How will I ever get it out of there?
This is literally the strangest date I have ever been.
Yes.
The strangest date you have literally ever been on, Lori? Well, I hate to say this, but you're actually not wrong about that. Considering how you, Leni, Luna, Bobby, Gavin, and Sam all acted in this episode, especially during the triple date in Dairyland.
Yeah, I'm just like those two girls on the boat. I don't get it either.
This has been Force of Habits.
Don't need pants for the victory dance, 'cause bamboo's better than weasel.
The three words that best describe this episode are as follows, and I quote: bitter, salty, hypocrite. I just can't believe how sour and hypocritical Lori, Luna, and Leni are in this episode. How they point out their date's annoying habits. But did anyone ever stop to think that they also have annoying habits as themselves, since we saw this happen since season 1? Seriously, if anyone were to remember how season 1 turned out with all three of these characters, you might even be familiar that Lori actually says literally through every sentence, she farts and says it was her shoes. Leni constantly bumps into the wall and can say totes or like. And Luna speaking loud in a Brit accent. And yet somewhere with Luna and Leni, they actually added 2 new habits to them. So they're trying to make Bobby, Gavin, and Sam tone down their annoying habits, which never actually happened to them before. And since when did they even have annoying habits before? Gavin I can give less of a fuck about. Bobby, although his singing is pretty much amazing, since obviously his voice actor is actually a singer as well too, but when has he ever sang like this before? And Sam, however, despite being so much of a minor character and shows up in a Luna-centered episode, since how is it that hard for her to make her mind up, ever been her own habit? I think much likely if this was Lou Ann so much in Leni's shoes, somehow it would work, and then again, it would feel like it's deep cuts all over again. And once the girls actually fixed so much their date's annoying habits, they turned the tables on them, and they had not the slightest brain cell to think that they actually had annoying habits as well too since season 1. And yet in the end, they turned so much bitter and sour and being too much salty with their dates because they actually point out their annoying habits and they get so much pissed off about it after when they told their dates that they had annoying habits in the first place to begin with. The episode is like if you take undie pressure from season 1 and mix it in with deep cuts from season 4, the Taunting Hour from season 6, and with a bit of predictability from season 3, you have this kind of episode. And speaking about predictability, somehow most of the sisters should have got the piece of the cake along with Lincoln, since they pointed out his annoying, predictable routine every day. And I feel like somehow this episode gave them the taste of their own medicine, especially how the way they judge Lincoln in predictability, when it doesn't even occur to them that they actually do the same shit every day themselves, especially the clothes that they wear. Ever heard the saying that ogres are like onions? The more layers you peel away, the good you actually see. This is like the opposite of that phrase. The more layers you take away from this episode, the more problems you actually see with it. Even if the ending does make up for their mistakes, and they decide to accept their date's annoying habits. Shit, if I'm ever on a date, I never point out my girl's annoying habits. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Maybe what a bunch of fucking hypocrites these sisters are. And this should have got them back in season 4. If you can't handle someone else's annoying habits, then this episode is definitely not for you. Or for anyone who acts like Lori, Luna, and Leni. I feel like the people who worked on this episode are insecure and hypocritical themselves. Like they just didn't look back at some of the old episodes before writing this episode. But I will say this episode's a bit more tolerable than the Taunting Hour. Then again, Luann wouldn't be part of this episode since something like this already happened with her before in No Laughing Matter. My suggestion is this, watch this once and just get the fuck out of there while you still can.
So here's the deal. I don't hate this episode. It's a stupid one, but it's far from being the worst of season 7. My opinion is more or less the same from the review I made when the episode was first released, so the thoughts I'm giving in this video are really not all that different from the ones I put in my own video. So the one thing I can appreciate the most about Force of Habits would be the lesson on learning to deal with any noticeable habits your significant other may have, and not let the little things ruin what should be a healthy relationship. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to help someone be more fabulous, as the girls put it, and you shouldn't take it like a personal attack. These are things every relationship comes across eventually, and it's perfectly normal to feel annoyed and uncomfortable about them. My grievance, however, is how the story goes about trying to demonstrate the lesson, and it really doesn't work for Lori and Luna and their relationships with Bobby and Sam respectively. They've been dating for a long time, so I wasn't entirely sold on the idea that they thought there was nothing wrong with their relationships and they only just found out about any imperfections once Leni brought up Gavin's snort laugh. Speaking of whom, Leni x Gavin was realistically the only pairing this episode needed, because unlike Lori x Bobby and Luna x Sam, these two only just started dating. In my opinion, seeing both of them point out each other's habits very early as they explore and test the waters of emotional security in their newly developed relationship would be more natural. Leni could learn to not let the little things about Gavin get on her nerves and vice versa, the same way Lori and Luna don't let the little things about Bobby and Sam get on their nerves and vice versa. I still need to work out the kinks to this revision, but it seriously works better than what we actually got. Like, when did Bobby ever have a habit of randomly breaking into song and Sam not being able to make a decision to save her life? You can say these habits occur off screen, but given every past appearance by Bobby and Sam, these character traits just seemed a little phoned in. Plus, the annoying habits of the sisters seen in this episode are nothing like the ones brought up in the episode Undie Pressure, so I don't even know what brought about this sudden change. And again, where were Luann and Benny in all of this? Did the writers not want to overload the story with 4 relationships instead of 3? Those two have some of the most annoying habits out of everyone, and they get along just fine, so these two would have been perfect relationship mentors. I really didn't care for the sisters' double standard and how they thought their dates pointed out their habits just to get even with them, although it was satisfying seeing Bobby rightfully call them out on their own hypocrisy. I also wouldn't have used the word accept when Luna was giving her speech at the end. Tolerate would have been the more appropriate word, but I still understood the message the episode was going for. Honestly, the only good things I can point to besides the overall lesson would be seeing the Loud Sister triple date and how Leni x Gavin was made official instead of being a one-off or being built up just to be dumped and forgotten. I'm looking at you, Scott from Scotland and nameless cowlick guy from Undercover Mom, and I'm especially looking at you, Chaz. But anyway, like I said, this episode is not really bad, but it is very stupid. It could have kept the same general idea for the story, it just needed to change a few things to make it better. Thank you again for allowing me to be here, Mr. Critic. It was a blast as always, and I'll be around the next time you need someone for a collab. So until we meet again, whether it's on this channel or my own channel, this is me saying, peace out, home slices.
For my thoughts on Force of Habits, while I will admit that it's one of the most weakest Loud House episodes in season 7 so far, compared to the Taunting Hour, from season 6 of The Loud House, as Force of Habits does have some similarities to the Taunting Hour in a way. I would actually rather watch Force of Habits than the Taunting Hour, to be honest. Since, unlike the Taunting Hour, at least Force of Habits wasn't too cruel nor mean-spirited towards the main characters, or all of the characters in this case. Force of Habits was even more tolerable to watch than the Taunting Hour, in my opinion. Especially since Force of Habits didn't make me lose my mind, nor even make me want to give up on the Loud House, and even stop being a Loud House fan as well too. Though anyway, this Loud House episode did have some good foreshadowing on Lori, Leni, and Luna's annoying habits that the three would all have later on in this episode. The roles of Lynn Sr., Todd, and those two women on the Dairyland ride near the end of this episode were all quite funny and great at the same time. Humor was decent at times, the ending was good, and even that Force of Habits did had a better use of the be yourself moral than the season 2 Loud House episode Making the Grade did. And that's definitely saying something right there, I think. So to conclude, while Force of Habits can be really hypocritical most of the time, and even might be another version of that one season 6 Loud House episode that I never want to think about ever again, Force of Habits is still quite a watchable and tolerable Loud House episode most of the time without being too cruel and mean-spirited, as when something is too mean-spirited or cruel to watch, then it ends up becoming too unwatchable for the person to watch or handle with. I also know that you guys and girls are all most likely going to be very surprised that I actually like this episode like I did with the season 1 Loud House episode. It's a loud house back then. But however, it's just our honest opinions. None of anything personal going on here. We all have a right to like or dislike something or someone, as no one can always agree with the same thing that we like or dislike in real life. That's what opinions are for in the first place. Just like Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, for example. We always don't have to agree with their opinions on the movies, either hate or love, but we can respect them at the same time due to how highly entertaining and charming they were to watch on TV from the 1970s to the late 1990s. This is Vampirefan 1992 here saying thank you so much for bringing me back here on the show like usual, Laos Critic. Now I'm off to find out what other annoying habits that me and my friends and family can have at times, and try to control their annoying habits and my annoying habits too. So on second thought, maybe it's just the best for everyone, including me myself, to just accept who they are instead, like myself, for example. See you all soon!
This has been the Loud House Critic, and I think I'm gonna go for a walk.
I'm so excited.
Working together's gonna be great, Leni. Our day starts at 9 a.m., but Mariela gets here at 7, so I'll see you at 6:30 sharp.
I sense in all his silences more than his words could say.
Don't fight your feelings, says my heart. A heart